salt and pepper. Is there a salt substitute?
I'll get it. No need for the salt substitute anymore, Bill Murray. That's because a top cardiovascular research scientist now says eating too much salt won't kill you.
Sure, never mind what you've known all along, folks. Throw away those high blood pressure pills and grab some anchovies. Experts everywhere concur, salt is great for you. Please note, experts everywhere is not meant to imply anyone other than the douchebag you're about to see. Viewer discretion advised.
Wonderful. In fact, he says this guy right here, a low-salt diet, if you have not enough salt, it may be bad for your health.
Here with more is Fox News Medical A-Team's Dr. Mark Siegel. Good to have you here this morning. This goes against everything we've ever been told.
In other news, the Flat Earth Society is gaining support with over 100,000 members.
About salt.
And what a great day for it, Abby, right? With the Memorial Day weekend, everyone's going to have their hot dogs, hamburgers. Now they're going to feel good about it.
Chips and everything. So I should feel good while I'm eating a lot of salt.
Yes, it is great, but I am wondering if any of these people are thinking is convenient that this guy is guy that you go and see when you get the high blood pressure from eating all the extra salt.
Not exactly. So look, salt is good for you. It keeps the blood in our veins. It keeps the fluid in our bodies.
And it makes the fluid thicker and makes it push against your arteries harder and even hardens the artery walls. And yeah, it's great.
Our kidneys regulate it. It gets rid of excess salt. Our kidneys do. It's actually really good for you. It's the glue that keeps fluid in the body. But people that have genetic risks of heart disease, Pete, that's the biggest problem. And for those people, cholesterol is number one, blood pressure, diabetes, those are huge risks. On top of that, we don't want too much salt.
Right. Of course, we can ignore the fact that eating excess amounts of sodium, as the vast majority of Americans do, places the vast majority of people in the category of those at high risk of heart disease. But hey, who cares? Hell, while we're at it, why not eat a good pound or two of sugar a day? I'm sure one of this idiot's friends is an expert on diabetes, and coincidentally a doctor that profits on people having the disease, who would be more than happy to tell us that's a great idea.
So
I don't think he's right about this.
Is too little salt a problem? People that avoid it relentlessly, that becomes a problem?
So that's what Dr. Dina Colantonio is saying. He's saying too little salt, you can get fatigued, your insulin goes up, your sugar goes up, your fat goes up, your sex drive goes down. All of this is probably true too little. What's too little? What's too much?
Yeah, I think I got all this figured out. I must be getting too little salt. Think I'll celebrate my epiphany with a half-gallon of fucking milk and a package of hot dogs. I'll throw some fucking ketchup on there, get some high-fructose corn syrup in there, make 2 doctors' wallets fatter. Forget about it.
Probably 3 to 4 grams of sodium a day is okay. The American heart.
How do you know what 3 to 4? A lot of people don't look at what's actually in what they're eating. So you look at what's in front of us now, like the Campbell soup, a hot dog, potato chips. How do you get a sense of how much is too much?
At least one I think the scientists figured out. They invented these wonderful, innovative things called labels and calculators.
Great point. In America, this stuff is loaded with salt. We eat way too much processed foods. And that's what I was going to say the problem is.
Like, what would I look at on this Campbell's can to know if there's too much salt?
You have to look on it for the amount of sodium in there.
So 890 milligrams.
So
I don't know which is a more accurate and chilling depiction of modern American idiocy. The fact that Captain Obvious tells us we eat too much processed food, or the fact that a grown woman needs instructions to estimate her daily sodium intake.
that's a lot. And the question is, over a course of a day, how much you're getting. Now, we're not all going to sit there looking at labels.
A fact that makes the food industry very happy indeed.
So I just say, you know...
I've literally never looked at the sodium line ever.
That doesn't surprise me.
Right.
Well,
you didn't know they had ingredients on the back. Sodium?
He's eating a hot dog every minute. But that's what I want to say. When you go to a ball game, have 1 hot dog. Don't have 3.
Well, otherwise
mix it up with something else.
Otherwise, you could end up like, remember those salt creatures from the Star Trek episode, the very first Star Trek episode?
Hungering salt.
Yes, they wanted salt from Captain Kirk. Look at this.
First episode.
Yeah. repeat when he doesn't
When
get
I,
enough salt.
when I don't get enough. Yeah,
Salt.
that's why this study, I was so excited about it. I'm like, now all the processed foods that I eat all day long were good for me.
No, and the bottom line here is he's partly right. We're overly obsessed on it. We should worry more about cholesterol.
Not so fast. Let's take a look at the Center for Disease Control statistics on both threats, shall we? According to the CDC, 73.5 million adults in the United States have high, low-density lipoprotein, LDL, or bad cholesterol. About 75 million American adults have high blood pressure. That's 1 of every 3 adults. So, 75 million versus 73.5 million. High blood pressure wins, and eating too much salt, which is ridiculously easy if you eat anything that comes prepackaged in America other than fruits, vegetables, and some grains, causes, you guessed it, high blood pressure. And another news flash for our expert here. Concern about one's health is a sign of a strong mind, not obsession as he so arrogantly asserts.
Worry more about our
He's not
weight.
the whole bag.
And
Like,
worry
you've already
more
had
about
enough.
father or mother have heart disease than we should about salt. But on top of that, don't overdo salt.
All right, so bottom line, real quick, 5 seconds, how much salt is okay for a daily diet?
2 to 3 grams a day. I'd say 3 grams a day of sodium is okay
How many
per
milligrams is
day.
that?
Okay.
3 grams is about 3,000 milligrams a day.
She actually asks how much 3 grams is. And he says 3 grams is about 3,000 milligrams. Yeah, and last time I checked, an inch was about 1/12 of a foot.
Okay. That's what they're saying in Britain. That's, by the way, if you're a Korean, then and you eat all this kimchi, that's way too much salt.
Got it. All right, doctor, thank you very much for joining us.
Good to see you.
It kind of makes you wonder if one of the fast food giants didn't fund this study of his. What a lunatic. Then again, I don't know if he's so much of a lunatic or someone that's willingly putting out this propaganda to get more patients. But regardless, it's bullshit. And as for that reporter, I hope she has kids because she's going to need someone to ask how to tie her shoes every morning. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Smash that like button and subscribe, and more good content to follow.